welcome to today's Now Debate. Jared Walters with our esteemed captain, Richard Oliver. And today we are discussing, we're kind of going to create an experiment that's come about from the Yamin and Laurel buzz that's coming over the internet lately. And it's come up with a bit of weird timing, so I'm going to hand you over to Richard, who's going to explain a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so basically there's a sound going around on social media, different networks. It's, as far as we can tell, it's a double recorded sound of two words, which is Laurel and Yamin. Now, some people are hearing Laurel and some people are hearing Yamin. And we have been debating over, say, the last couple of weeks about the recordings we've put out there on our videos. Because some of you have mentioned that you can't hear anything. And we can hear something. So this is what we are doing as an experiment.
Yep.
We are taking the content that this Yamin and Laurel are on different frequencies. Now some people are hearing it on a high frequency, some people are hearing it on a low frequency. So because Jazz hears different things to I hear on the recordings we do through the different devices like the SB7 and the other apps we use, we are going to put it out to you guys to see. It's just raw footage of us doing recordings on the different apps we use, and we want to see if you guys hear different things.
So this is the way this is going to go. We'll show you what we mean. We'll get a little clip of the Laurel and Yamin sound and we'll put that up. So we're going to put that up right now so you guys can listen to it. So take a listen, and first of all, see which one you hear.
Laurel, 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 Laurel.
So which one did you hear? Let us know in the comment section below. This came at a bit of a strange time because we were having this discussion, and because of some of the heaviness of some of the responses that we're getting about major earth changes and volcanic eruptions and real sort of life-changing kind of stuff. It was starting to get to me, and it was like got to a point where I was like, "Is there something wrong with me?" It's not only me that goes through the footage. Sometimes you can hear different things. I check the footage 4 or 5 different times. I will slow it down slightly in post-production. It's the only editing I do to the footage. Sometimes if it is like really, really faint, and I detect it, because you can also see a visual representation on the edit suite as well of when there's a response. You can see like an oscillation on there of when the response is, even if you might not hear it. The sort of computer side of it will sort of pick it up. And sometimes I will sort of try and put the noise down a little. If it's the SB7, I'll put the noise down a little bit to see if you can actually get as clear, the message as clear as possible. And like Sam, she can, with the SP7, you can have the clearest response in the world, and she will not hear it. She won't. And we've always had this discussion. You rang me and you said about what can you hear. I heard Yamin, and she heard Laurel, and it's like to both of us. It couldn't be any other. It couldn't be. It could. How the hell you could hear Laurel out of that is beyond me. But it did sort of spark that debate. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the footage. The first app is the Shack Hack. Now, we've only very, very briefly featured that particular app on this channel because we've only used it on one event so far. And this is the video we did with Abergavenny Chronicle a couple of weeks back, where we did some highlights from the public event we did there. We used this app, and this is the way it talks about Jessie, the monument Jessie. And this is how this goes, right? And this is where this is so strange, because it'll talk about stuff that I have no idea about. And you gotta kind of look it up and research it. Like Jessie, I had no idea. There was no one there called Jessie. Like, there was no one there could take that sort of, like, the way it was speaking about it was like a monument. So I typed in monument Jessie Abergavenny, and I came up with that news article. And that's kind of how, there was one we went on earlier on. It was like what was it? It freaked my mind out. It was like the Japanese fear Kiko, or Kika. And I was like, what the bloody hell is Kika? So I thought, was it like a deity, or is it some sort of, you know, mythological thing that we've had before? Is it this? Is that? Turns out it was a supervolcano, because obviously you don't even know how to spell it. You know, it was actually spelt as it was. You know, it's like what was the one we had? The Chinese, we were known as Fuchi. I was like, I have no idea what Fuchi is. And this is kind of where this goes, because like something will come up and sort of I will hear it and it messes with your head, because you're like, what?
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. I mean, you do most of the editing, right? And I know it's been messing with your head because you're hearing things that other people aren't hearing.
Yeah.
Now, they're using frequency sound to get this message to us.
Yeah.
Whether it's all on the frequency we can hear or some of it's a sub-frequency.
Yeah.
This is what we don't know. But, you know, this is why we're sort of doing this experiment, for you guys to see and listen to raw footage yourself and see what you make of it. And we want to see you compare the words and compare the, you know, what people hear. Because it is one of these things. We are hearing different sounds and we are hearing different responses.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are, you know, irrefutable. Some of the responses they're there. But there's the other ones that sort of like on a different sort of sound level. There's ones that are stuck in sort of white noise, and these ones are sort of like obscure, and these are the ones we're questioning, because sometimes these are the ones that have the most profound message. Yeah. And they have the biggest message. Yeah. So this is what this is about, guys. And it is kind of funny that has come out.
Absolutely, just at the right time. Like.
Yeah.
It literally exploded that day.
Yeah. And just for you guys to note as well, because we forgot to mention at the beginning of this is the first Now Debate you are seeing with Jazz and his new hairdo.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's gone.
It's gone. The ponytail.
Super long has gone.
Ponytail's gone.
Yeah.
I've had that ponytail now since we started the channel.
Yeah. And
it's gone. Right, so this is how this is going to go. We are now going to play the clips. We've got the Shack Hack. Well, I'm not going to explain the SB7 and the SDCD2 because you guys, there's plenty of other videos where we explain how they work.
Yeah.
Just have a look back through our collections over the time. You know, now investigations, that sort of thing. You know, so it's going to be the Shack Hack. It'll go straight to the SCD2. I will cut some of it because sometimes the SCD2 it takes a little bit, as you guys who've watched Monday Messages know, sometimes it takes it. So I will cut the time down a little bit. All I'm going to do is cut the blank bits of time out in between, so we're not sitting there listening to nothing for 10 minutes, right? And then the SB7. And the same with the SB7, when it's like, with the SB7, I might put the whole thing in, or when there's large periods of static. What do you think would be the best? Because sometimes, I remember on that session, there was like groups, like clusters of responses with like lots of static in between.
Well, the static, maybe people might hear something. This is what we sort of want to test.
Right,
this is what I'm saying when we tested 2 minutes of non-speaking recording.
Right.
But, I think the bits in between maybe are interesting.
Alright, well we're going to leave that go. So you might want to listen to, it's going to be a bit annoying, but have a listen to the static and see if you could hear anything in it. What I want you guys to do, as many of you as possible, take the time code, so listen to what you're listening to. So you got number 1 is the Shack Hack, number 2 is the SCD2, we'll keep it labelled on screen, right, as well. Number 3 is the SB7, right? So one's a mobile phone app, one's a desktop app, and one's an actual hacked radio, right? Take the time code, what you hear, and what you can do, you can also slow it down on YouTube. If you listen to it on your mobile phone, what you can do is maybe have a pad and pen and paper in front of you. On the desktop on YouTube, it's a little cog, like a little settings wheel, and at the top, on the bottom right hand corner, and you click that and it'll say playback speed. You can slow it down to like 0.5 or 1.5, or it goes into the minuses, sorry, it says minus 1.5, minus 0.5, I think it goes to minus 2. I think after minus 2 though, it doesn't really do anything, so I think that 1.5 is what I normally listen to. If you listen to it on a mobile phone, then there's 3 dots at the top right hand corner of YouTube on your mobile phone. If you're listening to it, if you've got it in portrait, or if you've got it on landscape, it's still the top right hand corner. It's like 3 dots in a row. You click that, it brings up a menu, and you click playback speed. Obviously after you've listened to it, you'll have to go through the same process again, listen to the playback speed, put it back to normal, because otherwise it'll play all your YouTube videos in slow motion.
Yeah.
And that's not good. What we're going to do, we're going to listen back to that footage ourselves. We're going to write down very quickly what we think is said. This is going to be a rough cut, so this is not going to be a full cut like I would normally go through on a video. This is just us listening to it and our first reactions, what it says. What we'll do is then, when we do the next Now debate, we'll go through it and we'll put it down what it actually says, or what we think it actually says. Yeah. But we're not going to release that for at least another week or so, because what we want to do is give enough time for you guys to join in with the experiment. Yeah. So this is a thing to see if it actually works. It'd be really interesting if, what would be good is to, it'd be good to know like what their beliefs are, if they believe the paranormal is real, or if they are quite skeptical.
Yeah.
Does someone, if you are like quite skeptical about it, if you are a believer in it, if you're on the fence, let us know, because that's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting to know, like we have different people on our team. It's like some people are more believers than others, and they will think of things of like they will think of things in a different way to what we do. Like, do you know what I mean?
Just put it in your message. If you message us on the video, just put in believer or non-believer.
Yeah, or on the fence.
Yeah,
it is. Right. So here's the footage, and we'll be back to you straight after. Friend. So Right, guys, we're going to give it a couple of minutes. We're going to give it a minute, and we're going to change devices.
Thank you. I don't know if we should. There you go. Try that.
Contact with John McMahon. As far as I know. When I walk out of a hotel.
Any spirits want to communicate to us through this device? Who is with us now?
So what did you hear? We heard, well, we're only going to put like 2 to 3 minutes of each, so we're not going to put the full session because the Shack Hack went on for 8 minutes. The SCD2 went on for a good while. Probably put most of the responses of that in, and the SB7 will put the full sort of session of that in as well. So we'll put the ones that were the bits that we've actually transcribed where we've heard different things. I will go through the full sessions and put the full sessions out. So some interesting things we've heard here. So going to start with the Shack Hack, and we put tell us something in sync, kill, convince, help, there's black heart, the light will kill, teenage, hard to begin to hold, the council have won, or have won, as in number one, or won as they won a game, I'm against, they are here, we have scared you, I want to know. Any comment?
No, that's pretty much what we thought they said in that little segment, didn't we?
Yeah. So next bit is contact with John McFadden. I guess they have not recorded a lot. The devil, he remains free. Now, you heard the devil, he remains free. I heard ultimately mainstream. They are laughing. You heard they are laughing. I heard, what did I hear again now? They will love it, I heard.
Yeah. So
we heard slightly different. It's the school. Now that's quite interesting because there has been an issue at the school in the press today. I think I just typed in school into news, and there has been a school shooting in America. So
yeah, that come up today.
Yeah, our hearts go out to anyone affected by that incident. And then Paul, walk out of a hotel and supposed to. And in the SB7, we had and the Green Man, the Volkswagen, you heard Armageddon, I heard I told him. So, very interesting responses there. When you actually, the problem is, what you need to do when you're actually going through them is say, right, think of it like a conversation. What you're hearing, do they relate to each other?
Yeah.
And see if you can actually, because sometimes you can hear like the bare bits of the words and you have to go through it a couple of times before you actually hear it properly, so you kind of see if it relates to like a previous message or a future message. That's what I kind of do, is look for how all the responses relate to each other.
Yeah.
Like a sentence then, basically. That's the way I kind of look at it. What's your thoughts?
But yeah, I mean, some of it, I mean, you heard some words in the SB7 that I couldn't hear. You thought you were hearing words in the sound, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that's another one. That's, I'll listen to the sounds in between the words and see if you hear anything. Because that's sort of one of the reasons we're doing this experiment. And yeah, this is what we do when we're going through the evidence. And this is what you do a lot on your computer. In the videos, you go through the responses and you listen to for what you hear. So we want to see, because a lot of people say, I couldn't hear that then, didn't hear that, so this is your chance.
Yeah.
And we want to know what you hear and how you hear it. And I think it's going to be quite a good experiment, actually.
I hope so. I'd be interested to see what we actually pick up on, and if there's anything, if you're going to do this properly, don't Google anything. I know we looked something up, but we know we've gone through these responses and stuff. We did look up. I basically just want to see I looked at a couple of news articles, see if I could see the name Paul. That's the only thing I did look up. Now, when you slow it down, we listen to it basically like the same sort of speed you would at half speed on YouTube. We'll slow it down much slower than that, so you can read. When it goes, blah, 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 it is actually saying a couple of words. So we'll slow it down to pick out what those words are saying, and obviously we'll show you guys when we do the full responses. So what we'll do, we'll put we'll put the full session in when we do it. Cut out obviously all the bits of static and stuff. If obviously you do hear something in the static, give us the time code so we can look over it, and then we'll put a video together with taking into account what everyone heard and see if we got something that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and we want to see if there's differences, or if people hear different things.
Yes.
So that Because this is a big part of investigating.
Yes.
This is one of the big parts of using these devices, you know, is going over the air and trying to work out what they say. And you know, if, as you guys, probably if you're watching, you know, a paranormal channel, you watch paranormal shows, and you know sometimes they put responses up and no one can hear what they say.
Yeah.
And they don't sort of make any sense, do they?
No.
And so,
Excuse me on it.
so this is one of the reasons why we're doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just have a look, guys, and you know, and then please tell us what you're hearing, because it's important.
Absolutely.
It's important for us, and it's important for the cause, because it means that there is little tiny nuances of difference in what people hear.
Yeah.
So.
And hopefully we'll build a broader picture.
Yeah.
And that's the plan. Right. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. We will speak to you soon. Don't forget the Monday messages responses will be coming out on Monday, and Richard's going to do a talk on forgiveness on Sunday, which is an awesome video worth watching, and you do share some personal stuff in that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that's going to be quite interesting to watch. We're going to do some other case footage. We're actually going to go back out on location now and start going to do different locations and record different stuff. Lots of stuff in the pipeline, guys.
We've got a new device we're going to be using.
We'll keep that under wraps. So we'll
should we?
show that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need an early reveal. No, this is going to be a brand new device that we're going to be using, and it's something that's been used in the field before, which Martin has very kindly decided to make, and we're going to be going out and trialing it very, very soon. Hopefully, I will let you guys know on the channel what we get. So thank you for watching, guys. Take care.